Hey guys, welcome back. So we are finally at the end of our first ever 1 month, 1 palette using the Subculture Palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. This palette has been a trip. We know that it's problematic. We know that it's kind of fucked to use, but over the past 3 weeks I've kind of shown you guys ways that you can make it work, and I feel like that's really come through in the videos because obviously each look has been so different. I will link this video in the same playlist as the others so that way you guys can go back and check over all of the other looks that I've done using this palette. Next up we have the Madeleine Lunar Beauty palette, which I can't wait to play around with. I still haven't used it yet. It's been sitting here for like the past 2.5 weeks and I have not touched it. I've only swatched some of the shades and I'm so excited to use it. So anyway, so with the Subculture palette we've done looks using the blues and the greens. We've done a look using Roxy and Electric. The only shades I haven't really dipped into is Mercury, Adorn, and New Wave. And I also haven't used Rowdy either, so let's see how this goes. Now, if my base looks a bit fucked, I apologize. My whole entire face was just not cooperating today. I'm using a new foundation, so hopefully that video will be up by the time you guys see this, or actually no, it'll be up after. So later on this week, you guys will see this foundation review. So as you can see, I've already primed my lids using my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and I've already set that down using a translucent powder. I'm gonna take a Stellazzi 215, and I'm gonna dip into the shade New Wave, this one here. Like a mustardy orange. And I'm just gonna buff that right the way through the crease. Wow, that's pigmented. If I'm being honest, this has been such a fun month of just playing around with one palette, because typically when I'm using an eyeshadow palette, I'll use it once, and then I'll move on to another palette just because I get so many palettes in PR on a weekly basis. So to come back and use a palette that some people have had trouble with has been kind of refreshing, because I don't know, you just kind of forget how good some palettes are until you come back to them and you're like, why did I ever stray from this? I'm not saying this is like the best palette in the world, because it's not, but I'm just saying like in general. I'm definitely excited to move on from this palette. Not that this palette has been a pain in the ass. In some ways it has been, but I feel like I've been able to make it work. And I know that they've also changed the formula of the Subculture palette now, so they've pressed them a lot harder. That way they don't flake everywhere and they're a little bit more easy to use. But this is the original palette that I got sent out with PR when it first launched. Also, if you guys want details on the palette, like the cost breakdowns, the shelf life, all of that shit, all of those details are in the first video in this series using this palette. Now that shade New Wave blended out really nicely. It looks kind of gorgeous, like I'm kind of liking it. I am going to take a little bit of New Wave. I'm just going to pat it on the outer third. I'm gonna go in with the shade All Star, which is this burgundy, and I'm just gonna pop that on outer third, but I'm gonna really kind of diffuse it. Now this shade All Star has been known to be quite problematic. I'm gonna grab a mini crease fluff brush by Stellazzi. This is an L217, and I'm gonna take the darkest shade in the palette, Rowdy, and I'm just gonna press that over this outer third. And I'm gonna grab that first blending brush that we used with New Wave. I'm gonna dip into All Star just once, and then use that to buff out that shade. And I mean like really buff it out. You literally can't even see that shade All Star anymore. Like you can see on this eye, it looks a lot warmer than it does here. And I think that's because that shade Rowdy is such a dark purple, it just neutralizes everything. There has so far been no fallout on like my under eyes or my cheeks, which is really nice. I'm gonna grab a small shadow brush by Stellazzi. This is an L221, and I'm gonna dip into the shade Cube, this white here, but it has like a pink shift to it. Alright, I'm gonna grab a flat concealer brush. I'm gonna cut the crease first. Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. So now that I've cut the crease and I'm looking a bit like Jessica Rabbit, I'm gonna grab that brush that we use with Cube, just dust it off on the back of my hand to get rid of any excess, and then I'm gonna dip into the shade Adorn. I don't know if you guys can see, but the pan is definitely sealing, which I mean, isn't the best, but it's still workable. Alright, for mascara, I'm gonna go ahead and use the brand new NARS Climax Mascara. I have never used this before. I'm pretty sure this is just launching at Mecca like this week, I wanna say, because I just received this yesterday. Also, I did get my lashes lifted, so shout out to Michelle because she did such an amazing job. And if you guys are looking for someone to do like a lash lift or microblading or anything like that, Michelle is your girl. She is so fucking talented. I actually used to work with her at Benefit. And we just kept in touch ever since. And now she does like microblading and lash lifts and all that stuff like full time. She's absolutely incredible. I'll leave her Instagram down below if you guys want to check her out and book in with her. But I honestly can't believe that I waited this long to get my lashes lifted. Like, I'm so like in love, I can't even deal. It makes my eyes look so much more open and awake as well, and I don't need to curl them anymore. It's just such a fucking blessing. Alright guys, so for lashes, I'm gonna go in with my Bouquet Beauty lashes in the style Naomi Light. These are honestly such a beautiful lash. I can't even describe to you guys. I'll show you. These are actually limited edition as well, so we don't have many left. If you guys are wanting to get your hands on Naomi Light, go and get them now. There's also a discount code in the description for you guys. Honestly, these lashes though, like if you haven't, okay, so if you've tried Naomi, you are 1000,000,000% gonna love Naomi Light, honestly. They're foaming lashes, which means that they are synthetic and they are so easy to put on because the band is so thin on them. And all of my lashes are double stacked as well, which was really important for me when I was making them. I obviously want them to stand up and out. They make your eyes look so much more open. It's just like, it's incredible. Alright guys, so I just finished doing the rest of my makeup off camera. I popped on a lip. Now, okay, I'm gonna get questions about this lip, I just know it. This lip combo is what I've been wearing so much lately, and every single time I wear it, I get compliments, which is so sweet. Basically, it's just a lip liner and a gloss. The liner is ColourPop Chi, which is like a cool tone, really pretty brown shade, nude shade, whatever. And then the gloss is NARS Stripped. I think this is limited edition, I'm not too sure. But yeah, and this is like super nude. Like I can't wear this on its own because it just looks way too concealer lips. This is like a beautiful moussey kind of formula, and honestly it just makes the perfect nude shade, and it keeps your lips really nice and hydrated as well, which I fucking love. So guys, before I go, I just wanted to quickly come on here and give you guys like my final thoughts and recommendations for this palette. Obviously my lips have faded off, I ripped off my lashes, it is the end of the night, I'm getting ready to go to bed, but as you can see, everything is held up perfectly. You can still see my brow bone highlight, you can still see my inner corner highlight. I think the big question is with this palette is if I think it's worth it. Okay, if you are specifically looking for a palette that has these greens and these kind of yellows, go for it, 100%. Do you need to run out and grab this right now? No. But in saying that, I really do like this palette. We know it's problematic, like at this point after 4 videos, we know that this isn't the best palette to go by because it's quite unreliable and inconsistent. In saying that, it's definitely workable. It's just a matter of if you want to spend more time doing your eyeshadow versus you know, using other eyeshadows or like the Modern Renaissance palette, for example, to achieve your look quicker, if that makes sense, because the formula is a lot more stable in that. In saying that, they have reformulated this, so they have pressed these down a lot more firmly, which means that they are going to work a lot easier and they're going to blend out a lot easier, and they're not going to be as pigmented as they are in here. So I would say yes, I would recommend this palette. I'm kind of happy to be saying goodbye to this palette, but this palette was a lot of fun to play around with for this month. And yeah, so see you sis. So that concludes the first ever month of my 1 month 1 palette series with the Subculture palette. For under the eyes, sorry, I use the shade New Wave and All Star. That's all I use. I popped on some white in my waterline. I use the L'Oreal Kajal liner, and then I just popped a little bit of mascara on my lower lashes, and honestly, I am just in love. I really like how this look came out. If you guys did like this video and this entire series, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Be sure to comment down below what your favorite look was that I created using Subculture and what palette you want to see me use next. As I said before, next up is Luna Beauty Life's a Drag palette, which I'm so excited to dip into. You have no idea. I'm going to use all the fucking colors of the rainbow. A full list of products will be down below of what's on my face basically, and you're not going nowhere because you're about to click the next video, aren't you? Go on. Go. Click the next video. I will see you there. We ain't got all day. You got about 35 seconds. About 3.5 seconds actually. To click the next video. Go on. I'll wait. I'll just wait here. I will just wait. And make sure you subscribe as well. And I'll see you in the next one. You clicked yet?